Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sisel Skincare call on the Sisel Doctor Clinic. And I'm sorry I'm late. I got tied up with a couple of little things that I had to get done this morning, and I'm super excited about this call this morning, and going to be covering the skincare line. So my goal is that I will be able to show you how you can make yourself so you look younger. So I just brought Andrea onto the call, and Andrea, are you there?
I am.
All right. Well, welcome to the call, Andrea. And hang on one second. I apologize for being late, everyone. I had a couple things I had to get done in it, and I wasn't paying attention to the time. And all right, there we go. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
All right. Well, thanks for being here every week with us, Andrea. And how is things out in Oregon?
Oh, it's rainy for the next 5 days.
Rainy? All right.
So I'm going to get wet a lot.
Yeah? Well,
yeah,
I'll tell you.
Stop me.
It's not going to stop you, huh?
No way.
All right. Well, hey, I want to get right to the topic. I don't know if you saw my photos from yesterday, but I was comparing the side of my face with where I was 4 years ago. And I'm super excited on the results that I've been getting, and not just short-term results, but long-term.
Right.
And I know
it was amazing.
I've been looking at the photos of comparing you to your daughter, and holy cow, you two look the same age.
That'd be sweet. There's a little bit of difference there for sure, but I do look a lot better than I used to.
There you go. Well, let's just jump right into it, Andrea. I've got a slide presentation that I put together, and I'd like to share that with everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah. So here it is. I put this together, and we'll see what you think. So really, the thing is, Andrea, do you know anybody that wants to look older?
I don't think so, unless they're really young.
Right? Most people, they really don't want to look any older. They want to stay young looking. And, unless like you said, maybe they're 15 or 16 and they want to look like they're 21 or something like that. But right? So Tom and actually Sisel Maurer had a lot to do with this, with coming out with beauty products that really work. And so, we've got a unique lineup of products, and I'll go through them. First, I just wanted to show you a couple of testimonial photos. Up in the upper left-hand corner, that's my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He'll turn 81 here in 2 weeks. And you look at the picture on the left and the photo on the right, you can really see a difference, can't you?
Yes.
And my dad's not a skincare guy, right? I mean, he's 80 years old, and for gosh sakes, the guys back in those days, they didn't care.
Right.
Right. And I just said, Dad, would you try this for me? And this was just a month use of the products.
Yeah, I noticed a difference in 1 month.
Yeah, and then you look at the gal from over on the right hand upper right hand corner there. That's in 9 days.
Really?
9 days, Andrea. Right? And then you take a look down in the lower left. That's me, and you can see on the lower right hand side of that photo. That's my before photo that was taken in August of 2014. Yeah,
I've seen your pictures before. It's quite amazing.
It is a huge difference, isn't it?
Yes.
And then you look at the lower right hand picture there. That's my friend. Her name is Andrea as well. She's over in Bismarck, North Dakota, and her dog had jumped up and scratched her in the face.
Uh-huh.
And that scar was I mean, if you look at before and after, of course, everybody points out she got the lip piercing, but that's pretty obvious. But the scar is gone.
That's great.
Yeah. And so I had to show people these photos that these products really work. And if you look at mine, that's 4 years difference. And I don't know how to Photoshop, so I didn't Photoshop any of these. These are just raw photos, right?
Yeah, we know you don't know how to Photoshop.
Right? I'm lucky I know how to run the internet.
Right.
But I'm going to go to this. So Sisel Transfusium, it's a wrinkle cream that Tom developed. He worked with the former director of the United States Cosmetics, the director of the cosmetic industry, to develop this. It has 24 powerful ingredients into one formulation. And what they do is they help with the appearance of discoloration. We can't say it cures it because then we're making medical claims, but it helps improve the look of discoloration. It helps with sagging skin, wrinkles, and it adds luminance and firmness to the skin.
Yeah, it sounds great. You know, Tom has an older video out there about Transfusium when he first released it. It was pretty amazing information.
It really is. And really what I try and tell people, you use this product and in 4 weeks, you're going to look 5 to 10 years younger. It works that well. What's in it? People always ask me, what's in it? Well, what Tom's using is he's using a lot of botanicals and ingredients that are safe to use to make a formulation that when you rub this in the skin, and you got to work it in, you don't want to just put it on the surface, right? It's not a surface product. It's a product that actually works deep. Like Tom says, it goes all the way down to the bone because there's ingredients like glucosamine and MSM that help with the deeper structures, right? Mm-hmm. And I always tell people if you're into, I mean, any kind of animal, if you take a look and you have a pet dog, as it ages, have you ever noticed that the face seems to shrink, the nose gets shorter?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you looked at somebody, if you look at your grandma from 10 years ago till today, chances are she's gotten shorter.
Right.
Right. And the reason for that is that the bones actually change as well. The bones change in structure as you age as well. So if you don't address that issue, you're still going to have some appearance of aging. And so Tom's addressed that. He's got ingredients like Equal. He's got ingredients that support telomeres. And Andrea, what's a telomere?
It's the end of the DNA. It's like a little encapsulated particle on the end of the DNA. And as your cells divide, it breaks off and gets shorter and shorter, which causes aging.
That's right. And so as you age, your telomeres get shorter. And so if we have telomere support in a skincare product, isn't it going to slow the aging process down of the cells?
Yes.
That's the theory. That's the theory. And then we've got ingredients that help with protection against UV rays, UVA and UVB, right? And when you look at the research on these ingredients, again, when I'm talking about research, it's not on our product, it's on the ingredients. The research on the ingredients says that it protects against and reverses the damage caused by UVA and UVB rays.
Well, it's got to have the effect it has in 30 days. It's kind of like a mini facelift.
That's right, like a mini facelift. And it supports the structure. Like when you drove to Oregon, I'm sure you drove over a couple of bridges. And if you look at the bridges, they've got bracing that holds the bridge up in the air, right?
Correct.
And so in your skin, you've got bracing that holds the outer layers of the skin out so that they're structurally strong compared to the inner layers of the skin. Otherwise, your skin would just fall apart.
Yeah, there's got to be some structure there for sure.
And so Transfusium has ingredients that have been researched to help rebuild these trabecula to help with that. We've got ingredients in the product that what they do is they help with the nourishment of the skin, because your skin needs special nourishment. Your skin isn't like a bone cell. It needs its own nutrition. So we've got ingredients that do that. We've got ingredients that help to lubricate the skin and to help and make it so it's firm. We've got ingredients that help with the overall hydration of the skin. And then on top of it, Andrea, your skin has to have a protective layer, just like inside of your gut. And what it does, it acts like a mucus layer on the outside of your skin. And what it does, it keeps the bacteria and the things from getting in. Because as we know, if you spilled some gasoline on your hand on your trip to Oregon, what happens? In 26 seconds, you can measure it in your urine.
That's right.
So by using Transfusium, you help protect against that. What a great product. And Andrea, when you look at my original before and after picture, the ones that I did that year in 2014, this is the only product that I used.
Oh, I believe you.
The only product that I used. And I couldn't believe it. I put it on my skin. I took that before picture. And I was the first person, the first distributor to get to use the product. And I thought, well, I'll just kind of see if it really works. You know, I didn't know. I'm not a skincare guy. And I put it on, and then 3 days later, I took an after picture just to see, because I'm pretty skeptical. And I took an after picture in 3 days. And in 3 days, I could see a difference, but I didn't tell anybody because I thought, no, I'm just wanting to see pictures. I want to see a difference.
Right.
And so I didn't share it with anybody. But after 2 weeks, I called Tom and I said, Tom, you got to look at this. And I sent him the photos, and he's like, oh my gosh, that really works good on you. Right. And,
yeah.
and I had to sign a model release.
Right. And you have that great video out there that shows the 30 days usage.
Yep. So then my friend over in the UK took all my videos that I was doing every 3 days, and he put it into a time-lapse video for me. And 30 days and 30 seconds. You got to go look at that. It's on the Sisel World Team YouTube channel. So, Andrea, I'm going to go to the next product. So Exfolium is another exciting product. Have you ever tried this?
Oh, yeah, I use it for sure.
Yeah.
Cleanses off all the old oils and dirt off your face, and you're like squeaky clean.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I was talking to Tom about the fact that we needed an exfoliant, and he said, no, he said, I really don't believe in that. But then Liesel jumped in and said, Liesel said we wanted an exfoliant. So they designed one that really worked. I mean, you can take this and you can rub it onto your skin, and you really can see the old dead skin just balling up, can't you?
Yeah. Yep. You can feel it. Yep.
Yeah, and it uses a couple of ingredients. It uses this caviar lime that comes from Australia. And what this caviar lime is, it's a really powerful alpha hydroxy acid. They say that it's like 50 times more powerful than lemon juice.
Ah, interesting.
Right? And so what it does, it gets rid of the keratinized skins, the dead cells. It removes them from the surface. So now you have this beautiful skin on the surface, and then you get this peptide P3 in there. And with all these botanicals and alpha hydroxy acids, it really reveals your true inner skin.
Yeah, it works great. And I've heard it's really good for acne too.
Yep, people with acne love it. I've got a couple really good testimonials within our organization, people that have used it and just have fantastic results. And then we look at the Actify 6000. And I love this product. You can put it on, literally, you can put it on. It's got 6,000 times the moisture. You put it on, and it's like, boom. I mean, within seconds, you can see a difference.
Right.
And it's got some natural UV protection, and so when I used the Transfusium and the Actify 6000 together, really I feel like my skin is protected. I don't use sunscreens because I think that a lot of sunscreens actually have more damaging chemicals than the sun itself.
Right, I think so too.
But this one is a really, really good product. A lot of the women that I share it with, they just notice a change right away. They love it. And then we go with the firming facial cleanser, which it takes the oils and the dirt that's trapped in the pores, but it also has some moisturizing in it as well. And it doesn't have the harsh cleaners that a lot of products use. A lot of products are using that sodium lauryl sulfate, that SLS. And do you know what they use sodium lauryl sulfate for commercially?
It's a degreaser.
It's an engine degreaser. Like if you go to these big trucking firms, they've got sodium lauryl sulfate. They clean the engines with it, and then they take and they clean the concrete with it.
Right. And, you know, I watched a video out there by Tom where he explains that that is pretty much changes into something similar to Agent Orange in your body when it goes into your body.
Yeah. When you combine it with some of the other things that are in a lot of these products, that's exactly what it does, Andrea. And we know the dangers of that, don't we?
Yes, definitely.
You know, so folks, you know, give us a thumbs up, give us the old smiley face. Tell us where you're from. Tell us if you enjoy the video. You know, I put some time into putting these slides together, and Andrea and I every Tuesday we're here to share this information with you, and we just want to know that you're there. So, Andrea, wouldn't you agree that you know, Rapid Repair is another one of those products that it's got to be on your list of products that you use every day.
Correct.
You know, and your skin, I think a lot of people, they think of the skin as kind of like being like the orange peel. You peel it off and throw it away, and all it does is it protects the orange underneath. But your skin is actually one of your largest filters. It filters more in a day than the liver and kidney combined.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And so if your skin cells they're old and they're dead and they're drying up, they're not going to work. They're not going to work. And so with this product, you rehydrate the skin, you make it look younger, you make it function optimally. You make it function optimally. And that's important to say. Like I was saying earlier, if Andrea spilt any gasoline on her hands on her way to Oregon with her daughter there, 26 seconds you can measure in your urine. But what does it do to the skin cells, right? We've talked about free radicals, right? So gasoline and lead in gasoline is a free radical. And what it'll do is it oxidizes the skin cells, which causes them to age prematurely.
Yes, so we've talked about oxidization recently.
Yep. And when it oxidizes, it damages the DNA. It damages the DNA. And so we've added resveratrol because the studies on resveratrol say that it actually, through the SIRT genes, the sirtuin genes, it actually repairs damaged DNA that's damaged from oxidation.
Wow, that's great to know.
Yep. And so this product, compared to, like, I'm not going to mention the brand name, but there's a brand out there that uses some of the same ingredients. They use 4 of some of the ingredients that we use, and they use a minuscule amount. I mean, I'm talking a minuscule amount in comparison to what we have. You'd have to use 10 containers of their product to get the same results that you'd get with one of our Rapid Repair products. And they sell theirs for $150, Andrea.
How about that?
Right? If you go to the bigger department stores, you'll find it for $150 in comparison to ours. What does it sell for? Like 40, 50 bucks?
Yep, right around there.
Yeah. So it's a third of the price, and it's worth at least 10 of their bottles of their product. And then the Skin Dew, I like this product because of what it does is it uses some natural ingredients that what it does is it pushes the other products in deeper. And we've heard of hyaluronic acid when we talk about skincare. Hyaluronic acid, it helps with making the skin younger. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles. But what this does is it drives the other ingredients deeper, and it makes it so that they're sealed in. They won't come back out.
Oh, that's great to know.
It really is. It really is. It's a great product to use. And I just like, carrying it with me. I can spray it on somebody's hand. I can say, just look at what that does to your skin. Rub it in and see what it does. And it's an easy product. Again, I mean, so many of these products like the Exfolium and the Skin Dew are so easy to demonstrate because you see the results almost immediately. And then...
Oh, yeah, put it on my granddaughter's face, who's 6, and we had a little spa night, and I said, oh, let's try this on your face. And she put it on, she rubbed it in, and she looked in the mirror, and she goes, oh, I'm all glowy.
Right? And that's exactly it. I mean, you can see a difference. People, I mean, little kids aren't going to lie to you and tell you, oh, yeah, I see that. They're going to go, no, Grandma, I don't see nothing.
Right, correct.
right? And then we look at this. We got on this bandwagon of these antibacterial soaps a number of years ago, 10, 20 years ago, whatever it was. And everybody jumped on the bandwagon, and they were using these ingredients that this triclosan, and they were saying that kills the bacteria that you're exposed to. But really, honestly, the FDA came out with a report here a couple of years ago, and they said that triclosan doesn't actually even kill harmful bacteria.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it doesn't actually even work, right? But if you go anywhere, don't they have antibacterial soaps laying around everywhere?
Oh, and the hand cleaner in the grocery stores and the drugstores and the hospitals. I was just in the hospital with someone, and every nurse came up and squirted it all over their hands.
Yep, and it causes cancer. Triclosan has been proven to cause cancer.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, and so one of the things that I saw, I don't remember how many years ago, it was like 5 or 6 years ago, the state of Minnesota, the state health department, they actually banned it. It's banned in every state office, in every state-run office. It's actually banned from being even in there.
Wow, that's
right?
Significant.
Yeah, and the reason that they did it, Andrea, check this out. It's not because it causes cancer for you and me, but they found it was killing fish.
Okay.
The walleye in the northern are more important than human lives.
Yeah, how about that?
Right? But I bet if you go to any state office in Minnesota, chances are you'll still find it there because, you know, you're working in a state office, you bring it in with you, all of a sudden it's laying on the counter because they don't know any better.
Right.
They figure, oh, the federal government's going to protect me. They're not going to allow any ingredient that's not safe. You wackos, you know, Andrea and Kurt, you wackos, you're promoting science that's not real. Fake science, fake news.
Almost anything that's approved by the FDA seems to be poisonous, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's my opinion.
You know, and I know they're there to protect us, but what happened is that's like a lot of different things. It just went corrupt. It probably started out okay, but it went corrupt on us. And the whole thing is that how are they going to go back and change all of these products that are already on the market? So what they did is they grandfathered in thousands of ingredients, thousands of extracts that have now been proven to be unsafe.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
It really is. And so I look at this one here. We got something that's got the benefits of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll helps to kill off the bad bacteria, but leave the healthy ones there, because there are healthy bacteria, right? Like I said, your skin has to have a healthy film on it to protect you from stuff getting in. If you remove that, you remove that protective barrier.
That's right.
And so it's got chlorophyll, but it's also got colloidal silver.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Excuse me. Did you ever remember hearing that saying, oh, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth?
Yes.
Right? You ever hear that? You ever thought, what do they mean?
Well, I thought it meant something different than staying clean.
Yeah, right? They back in the days of the plague, the bubonic plague and the black plague and all these different plagues, the rich people, the people that could afford silver, had real silverware. And what they found is that when you're eating with real silverware, a little bit of silver is given off every time you use that fork or that spoon.
That's interesting.
Right? And they found that silver would get it, and a little bit of it would get into your body. And they found that silver was a natural antibacterial. It would kill off the plague.
Yeah, that's why the cowboys used to put it in their water canteens.
Yeah. Yeah, and they found that the people that used it back during the plague, they could survive the plague. And so that's where they came up with the saying, well, oh, he survived the plague because he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Mm.
right? Pretty interesting. And so we combine the properties of colloidal silver into this product because now you can wash your hands, and it's a true antibacterial, unlike the ones that you buy commercially that have triclosan in them.
Right. You know, I can wash my hands with that with like one tiny drop out of that bottle.
You don't have to use very much, do you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And so, Andrea, you know, I mean, I think it's just really interesting when we take a look at what we're doing here and what we're working with, and it's just really cool. Don't you just feel a sense of urgency to share this information with everybody?
Yeah, and it's just so good to know that we're working with a company like Sisel that's producing these products, and their main goal is to create very effective non-toxic products.
That's right. That's
their
right.
mission.
Yeah. Well, I thought we'd share that because yesterday, you know, I was shaving, and we've actually got a shaving cream as well, a gel, and I really like that as well. I don't ever get any ingrown hairs when I use it. It works so nice. And you know, and I use the shampoos. I suppose we should talk about that a little bit, but I just want to talk about skincare today because I noticed, you know, the difference yesterday, and I'm like, holy cow, this really worked. But anyway, Andrea, I'm going to hand it over to you, and you know, everybody, again, give us the old thumbs up, give us the smiley face, let us know that you're there, and thanks for being here with us today. Thanks for being on the call. Andrea, I'm going to let you close it out.
Okay. Well, we thank you that you joined us today on the Sisel Doctors Call at Facebook page Sisel Doctors Clinic each Tuesday at noon Eastern Time. We bring this call to you with Dr. Kurt Fisnick, and we really appreciate you, Doc, getting on every Tuesday and sharing the knowledge that you have about the products and have about health so that we can all become healthier.
All right.
And we invite you all to join us again next Tuesday, noon, and Sisel Doctors Clinic Facebook page. Have a great day.
Have a good one. Bye.